Hi, my name is David from DT Stringers, and I'm here to introduce the Gamma Quick Mount System mounted on an Echelon machine, which will also fit a Gamma 4000 or Tolson 4000. It works good and it looks good. The first step in installation is to remove the top post and the throat mount assembly before mounting the Gamma Quick Mount. This requires a Allen hex key, which will be included with the kit, and a 7/16 wrench, which is provided by the customer. Removing the top post is easy. You take the hex key, remove the bolts from the bottom. They may come off a little stubborn. If they do, it might be a good idea to take a hammer and in a clockwise, important, a clockwise direction, tap it until it's loosened. There's two bolts underneath holding the top mount on. So once they're loosened, just remove them and remove the top mount. The throat mount is removed by loosening and removing these three screws. This is where the 7/16 wrench is needed. These have already been loosened. And you are now ready to mount the Gamma Quick Mount. Installing the Gamma Quick Mount is the opposite of removing the old parts. First, take the top mount using the original bolts, thread in from the bottom, and tighten using the hex key that's provided with the kit. Be sure to thread both screws in before doing the final tightening. This time going in a counterclockwise direction. And then give it a real good firm tightening. A lot of load on this part. The next step then is to take the Gamma Quick Mount for the throat end and take the spacer and the screws, which are provided in the kit. Mount the spacer on the inside of the angle iron and then mount to the horizontal bar. This is probably the most awkward of the three operations, but it's not too bad. Again, the spacer goes between the angle support and the glide bar, the horizontal glide bar. And then when you're finished, take your 7/16 wrench and again, give it a real firm tightening because once again, there's a lot of load on these particular bolts. The next part of the video shows how to mount the racket onto the Gamma 6-point system. First take the racket and lay it in position and then tighten the arms to meet the frame. First you have to turn the right direction. You want to make sure that the center post is in the right position on the racket frame. And just barely snug that up a little bit. Then go ahead and move the horizontal slide bar back. Make sure that the top end is in the right position. You might have to do a little bit of adjustment to get it exactly in the right spot. And you can, by adjusting one side versus the other, you can move the center post into exactly the right position on the center of the racket frame. And then, when it's about center, go ahead and push it forward to seat it against the center post. Then tighten up fairly firmly, but not too tight. You don't want to over tighten, just get it nice and firmly tightened. And also make sure that the V side supports are perpendicular to the frame. You want to do this on both ends. Again, you can use each side adjusting back and forth, make sure that it's firmly against the frame, and then tighten. Once again, make sure that you have the side supports perpendicular to the frame so you don't cause any frame damage. And then of course the most important last step, like with any string job, is you want to be sure to tighten up the horizontal slide bar. Now the next step is to show how to string the mains on this new mounting system. Very similar to using any other kind of mounting system. The only real difference is to be a little bit careful that the locking lever on the clamp does not have too much interference with the frame of the Gamma Quick Mount. Very easy to do just by laying over the clamp when doing the stringing operation and tightening the clamp. So just lay it over, no problem, plenty of room to release and tighten. You just have to tilt the clamp just a little bit as needed. The good thing about this system is the string bed is always in the same point in relation to the clamp teeth, so it's designed to operate in just this fashion. Should be no problem at all. Stringing the cross strings is exactly the same as with any other racket mount. Just move back and forth as needed. As you get more toward this end, to the very last few strings, you may have to remove the glide bar and flip it around. Again, to provide clearance for the locking lever. Other than that, just like any other string job.